Hey creators, it's me, Ms.Viki, here live on the set of Spontaneous Creations here in Winthrop, Massachusetts. I just wanted to make sure that you knew that Spontaneous Creations is for entertainment purposes only. That means just watching. Yes. Please do not try any of the art activities or challenges or that is what projects at home, okay? And besides, all of those things should be supervised by an adult anyways. Okay, so just watch. We'll see you in the next episode. Bye. Hey creators, it's me, Ms.Viki, live on the set of Spontaneous Creations here in Winthrop, Massachusetts. I'm so glad that you're here today to join me for another episode of Spontaneous Creations Prepping for the Party. So for the past few weeks, we have been creating really fun, different items that have to do with either preparing for a party or for a birthday party or an anniversary party or something like that. We made a candle on a cake that lights up, a pretend cake of course, a cupcake that plays music, ooh. We had a card that lights up. We also had night lights for the indoor sleepover party. I wonder what today's activity will be. Let's find out. Let's open up our toolbox. Oh, okay. We have some jars. We have this really lovely clear, almost clear paper. We have a battery. That must be our energy source. Ooh, we have one LED light. We also have a set of lights that already has a switch attached to it and turns off and on. That's pretty great. And we have a tea light, and that has an off and on switch. Okay, so on this episode of Spontaneous Creations Prepping for a Party, we will be creating lanterns for an outdoor physical distancing party that happens at nighttime. So you might not go trick-or-treating this year. It might be Halloween, or maybe just a gathering, some sort of party that you want to have that you're going to have physical distancing outside. Wouldn't it be beautiful if you had some lights that you made with your friends as the sun was setting and getting darker and darker, and then your whole backyard or your patio was lit up by some, or maybe just outside on the street stoop, you have some nice lights. Okay, so these are all plastic jars that you could find at your local craft store. Let's start with the simplest version. We'll make it with the smallest jar. You're gonna take a piece of paper and cut it, ooh, excuse me, cut it to a length that will fit on the inside of your jar. And then you're just going to take your simple tea light, turn it on, put it in the center of your jar, and there you have a really fun nightlight that you can set out on your stoop or inside of a paper bag or wherever. You can see that. I'll bring it a little closer. See how that lights up? And that clearish white paper makes the light spread. Without it, it would just look like this. Let's take it out so you can see the difference. Yeah, so it illuminates the paper and then it makes it seem like it's a bigger light than it actually is. Great, so that's version 1. Version 2 would be a bigger jar and a big piece of paper. And you could get lights like this that are already done with a switch. You could have your switch on the outside and add a little tape to the switch. What's really neat about this one is it becomes its own hook for hanging in a tree or somewhere outside. Here, I'll show you. You just tape the wire together. Your switch is on the outside of the jar, so you can turn it off and on. And you have a little hook so you can hang your light anywhere. And that looks really lovely in your garden. Okay, so now that's the second simplest light. But let's go for light number 3. So you can take your LED battery, and you can also take an LED light. Remember, the longer side, or the longer wire, goes onto the positive side of the battery, and the shorter side, which is the negative, goes onto the negative side of the battery. And once you do that, you can mount it like a horse. It's riding on top of the battery like so, and add a little tape. There you go, put it inside. Well, look at how bright that one is. That one's super bright, right? But seems kind of boring if they're all white, right? So the next thing you could do is find some permanent markers if you want to draw on the plastic of the jar. And all you have to do, well, let's do this jar, is decorate the jar on the outside. And your design will light up, right? Like that. The other idea is you could take the paper out and you can create your own design with a permanent marker again on the paper and create a beautiful mosaic or pattern. So I'll try to do this as quick as possible. It's not my best drawings. And then your drawing will be lit up. I think this is a much better idea to do it on the paper because you can put your paper flat. It's a lot easier to draw flat than it is to draw on the outside of a plastic container. Also, you might end up touching the plastic and then getting, if you touch that well before it's dry, it ends up turning your hands all inky. That's no fun. And then it stays on you for a few days. Okay, we'll add some purple. Oh, this looks almost the same color, doesn't it? It looks like it's just pink, but it's actually purple. Okay, so we have 2 triangles. And we'll add some green. I can't wait to see what this looks like inside of the jar, all lit up. I wonder what you would draw if you did this activity and how your design would come out. So wouldn't this be fun? You have your friends over, they're outside, you're all wearing masks, you're physically distancing. Maybe you're celebrating a birthday, or maybe you're celebrating another holiday or Halloween, or just having some sort of gathering or party. And then you had this activity laid out for all your friends to do with you. It would be something to do, and as the sun sets, your party would still be lit up by these beautiful lanterns that you've created throughout the evening. And you know what? These won't rot your teeth like candy will. So you'll have a pretty design and you'll still have your teeth. Okay, I'm not going to finish the whole thing because I just want to show you what it'll look like really quickly. So we'll just make sure that side is showing. Oops, sorry about that. So your design is lit up. Isn't that beautiful? I'll bring it nice and close to the camera so you can see that. So you have these beautiful lantern that you can create. Isn't that gorgeous? All right, well, I'm gonna take these lanterns home and watch the sunset and then watch my backyard light up with these beautiful lights. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Spontaneous Creations, prepping for the party, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye, have a good night.